Yo, what's good, people? What's good, people? Good afternoon to everybody, or good morning, wherever you are. Peace and power to everyone. Hope y'all is keeping safe and taking care of yourselves. Very perilous times. What's up, Uncle Phil? Very perilous times right now. Very unsure times. I hope everybody just taking care of themselves and their families. It's another day, another bullshit time in boxing. Again, boxing is a sport that takes more than it gives, and the latest nonsense, of course, revolves around the man who seems to always be in some form of bullshit, some form of controversy, Tyson Fury. And, you know, everybody's talking about it that Bob Arum, remember, Bob Arum has one or two fights left with Tyson Fury. And Bob Arum had suggested that there's a possibility that Tyson Fury either vacates or finds a way to not defend the WBC belt and defend his quote unquote lineal belt and his ring magazine belt. Only one of those things are actually physical and true um, accolades. That's the ring magazine. Tyson Fury is not um, the lineal champion. I know there's a problem because Dillian White has finally been announced officially as the mandatory for the WBC belt holder, which is now Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury know and his team are now considering ways to apparently avoid Dillian White. Tyson Fury and his team are trying to lowball Dillian White. I know Tyson Fury fans are trying to act like Dillian White is some bum. They're trying to base the split on um, previous earnings. Here's the problem: the WBC has um, a split amount already in their rules and regulations. I think it's like 55-45 for an interim belt holder mandatory. Top Rank and Bob Arum, of course, are trying to get the lowest price possible. This has always been Bob Arum's MO. He's a businessman and he wants the lowest price possible to get the biggest possible overhead. That's why he submitted the lowest bid for Teofimo Lopez, his own fighter, and didn't get the George Cambosos fight. And here again, they're trying to lowball Dillian White into taking an 80-20 split or some shit like that. We're talking about Dillian White, who has sold more pay-per-views than Tyson Fury in the UK, at least. He has been on more pay-per-view cards and has sold more than Tyson Fury. I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me the official numbers for Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder in the UK. All those fights. Mysteriously, none of those numbers have ever been announced. I don't know if it's not practiced in the UK, but we've heard at least approximate amounts from Anthony Joshua fights. Even when the numbers were lower than normal for the Kubrat Pulev fight, we heard the number. But Tyson Fury numbers we never really hear. Dillian White has done multiple pay-per-views and have been successful in his pay-per-view career in the UK. Tyson Fury has not proven yet that he's a big pay-per-view draw in the UK. Tyson Fury has not brought one big fight to the UK. And this is the man that UK people are propping up as the man in UK boxing now. Bob Arum and Tyson Fury are trying to lowball Dillian White out of this fight. Please let's not forget Tyson Fury demanded 50-50 from Anthony Joshua when he first came back. What's up, Boxing God? Demanded 50-50 from Anthony Joshua when he first came back to fight Tyson Fury with no belt, no nothing. coming off of the Francisco Pianeta Seferi debacles. And he turned down Anthony Joshua's 60-40 request to fight at Wembley to fight Deontay Wilder for less, because I guess he knew Deontay Wilder would be an easier touch. Yet here he is now trying to lowball someone with more credentials than he had when he turned down Anthony Joshua's offer. So we see the situation here, Dillian Whyte, and people are talking about, he might vacate. I don't think he should vacate. I pick Tyson Fury to beat Dillian Whyte. I think he has just a bit more than Dillian to pull it out. He has a bit more wrinkles to his game, even though I think it'll be a very good fight. And Dillian certainly has a chance to knock him out. But I think Tyson Fury has just a bit more than Dillian at this point in time. But to hear these discussions even mentioned about vacating a belt, and to see the response by people who were down Anthony Joshua's throat about not vacating his belt, but trying to make a fight with Alexander Usyk, because they said, oh, he's making him sign a rematch clause. Nobody was making Usyk sign anything. He could have said no. But Alexander Usyk took the money. He took more money to fight and won the fight. You have never heard anybody complain about their paycheck against Anthony Joshua. But here you have Tyson Fury trying to lowball somebody who, again, has done more pay-per-view buys than him in the UK. The fact that we're even talking about this is a damn disgrace. I don't know how people manage to give Tyson Fury this much passes. I just don't know. Anybody else, it would have been an absolute scandal. But somehow not Tyson Fury. What's up, Lisa Bales? Somehow not Tyson Fury. So we have a dilemma with Dillian Whyte, because even before Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury set up his own mouth, probably in one of his split personalities, he said the WBC treated Dillian Whyte badly, and he should have got a shot against Wilder. And he said, I will give Dillian Whyte a shot. Turns around and now trying to lowball the guy. This is an absolute joke. Now you have these so-called boxing fans and YouTube channels, because they're now hearing, imagine this, they're now hearing that if Tyson Fury drops the belt, there's a possibility, mind you, none of this is official. It's just people speculating what might happen if it does happen. They're speculating that if Tyson Fury drops the belt and moves on, if Tyson Fury drops the belt and move on, they're speculating that Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder might fight for the belt. Again, none of this is official. It's just speculations. And what do we see happening now? The Deontay Wilder fans are out there. Instead of saying, yeah, we want that fight so our king can get back the goddamn belt, instead of saying, yes, we want Deontay Wilder to fight Dillian Whyte, I see people complaining that, Dillian Whyte, who wants to see that fight with Dillian Whyte? I want to see that fight. You know who don't want to see that fight? Deontay Wilder fans and Deontay Wilder. I see excuses. I see people talking about what has Dillian Whyte done to be Tyson Fury's mandatory. Same people that ask, what has Dillian Whyte done? Well, my question to those people is, what did Tyson Fury do to be Deontay Wilder's mandatory? Matter of fact, He fought he was ordered as a mandatory over Dillian White, when Dillian White was higher ranked than him for a longer period of time. The WBC made Bermain Stiverne and made people like Dominic Brazil mandatories over Dillian White. So what did they do? To earn a fight with Deontay Wilder when he was the champion? What did Jerry Washington do? What did Duhapus do? What did Luis Ortiz do to get 2 fights with Deontay Wilder? But I have these so-called boxing expert YouTube channels asking, what did Dillian White do to get to be made mandatory? You can't pull up Deontay Wilder's entire resume and find maybe 2 people that Deontay Wilder has beaten that you would pick to beat Dillian White. Because I would not pick Luis Ortiz to beat Dillian White. Y'all have made Luis Ortiz into this big bogeyman, this big world-class fighter, because he's your favorite fighter's best win. You cannot find anybody on Deontay Wilder's resume that you would pick to beat Dillian White. Not one person. We're talking about Tyson Fury? I guess you would pick Vladimir Klitschko. But I don't think I would pick anybody else on Tyson Fury's entire resume to beat Dillian White. Not one person. But I have all these ridiculous so-called YouTube expert boxing channels now out here beating the drum against Dillian White again. What is this issue? If this man is so garbage, if he's so terrible, why is it y'all don't want your favorite killer fighter to make him a highlight reel knockout? I'm gonna pull up Deontay Wilder's box rec. Let's start with Deontay Wilder. Let's start with him. Let's start with Deontay Wilder's box rec. I'm gonna go through his box rec, and y'all gonna tell me who would you pick to beat Dillian White. We're gonna start with Deontay. And of course, if anybody wants to join me, you could jump in anytime. I'm pretty much finished with the goddamn monologue. So we're gonna now get into the meat of the discussion about who is Dillian White and what has he done to deserve a fight with Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. Because these are the nonsense discussions that you're hearing and why I don't respect either of these guys. So here we are. So you have Deontay Wilder here, 42 and 2 and 1. Should have been 42 and 3, but whatever. So we go down here, you pick Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Dominic Brazil, Bermain Stiverne, Jerry Washington, Chris Arreola, Spilka. We're going to go from when he became champion. Bermain Stiverne 1, Eric Molina, Duhapus, Spilka, Chris Arreola, Jerry Washington, Bermain Stiverne again, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, Brazil, Ortiz the second time, and Tyson Fury the next 2 times. Again, we're gonna go from when he's been champion because the new discussion for Deontay Wilder is that he's had 10 title defenses, and as such, he's a Hall of Famer and whatever, whatever. What has Dillian Whyte done to deserve a fight with anybody? Stiverne, Molina, Duhaupas, Spilka, Ariola, Gerald Washington, Stiverne again, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, Brazil, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury 2 more times. Which out of any of these people, would you pick to beat Dillian Whyte at any point? Which out of any of these people would you pick to beat Dillian Whyte? Matter of fact, let's deal with the people that Deontay Wilder actually beat. Ortiz twice, Brazil, Stiverne, and any of these people. Gerald Washington, Ariola, Spilka, Molina, and these people. Duhaupas and these people. You tell me which one of them people you would pick to beat Dillian Whyte. Real talk. One took it. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Colin? What hasn't Dillian Whyte done?
Man, I don't know. Like
title elimination. They just ducking him, man.
They're ducking this dude.
Yeah, and you're right, man. The YTBC out here, a lot of guys on the YTBC out here, and they downplaying Dillian Whyte. And there's a few more that they're starting to do it too. I noticed on the other side. So I mean, yeah, that's what they're doing, man. They want to take the name and discredit it, and then say, well, he don't deserve a fight. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, these dudes is fighting bum after bum.
Oh my God.
They deserve the fight.
They deserve the fight.
Right. So I mean, it's funny to me just watching it unfold. It's almost like mentally draining when you love the sport, and then you watching these people just spew this shit. And you know what it is? What it all boils down to? Let's just get to the meat and potatoes, Kong. It all boils down to this. They know they can't get clicks if these motherfuckers don't win. So downplay a motherfucker if he's gonna whip his ass. If it's possible that it's a competitive fight. They're not boxing fans. They fanboys.
It's just disappointing, right? Because you see people who, when Wilder had the belt, these people were screaming for Dillian, like some of these, UK people were screaming for Wilder to fight Dillian Whyte. Now Tyson Fury has the belt. Now he has the belt. Dillian Whyte don't deserve this. What does he done to deserve this? And I'm like, this is a dilemma now. Dillian Whyte has got to be the boogeyman of the division. You can't tell me. The only person seemingly not scared of Dillian Whyte is Anthony Joshua. The only person who really don't care.
How come every time the real smoke come or someone willing to fight, right? The titles don't matter anymore. I'm going to vacate it. I don't need it.
I don't need it. And you have these people on here asking me, what has Dillian Whyte done to be mandatory? Well, I just showed you a list of Deontay Wilder's so-called Hall of Fame career defenses. People are telling me Deontay Wilder is a Hall of Famer because he had 10 title defenses. 1-2 kid. You can get anybody 10 title defenses in boxing. Does that make him a Hall of Famer?
No.
Somehow Deontay Wilder, that list I just showed you, is telling me that list that of Duhaupas and Gerald Washington, that's a Hall of Fame career to you? I mean, what's up, Black? I mean, what we trying to do here, man? Because once ago it was, he gonna be undisputed. He gonna be one face, one name. That shit ain't work out. No, it's I have 10 title defenses. Now Tyson Fury has the belt. Now it's what has he done? What has he done to deserve this fight? Abs. No, I'm talking about American channels, but I'm gonna get on the UK people just now too. I'm gonna get on the UK people just now. But these are American people I'm talking about. We're talking about mostly about how what has Dillian Whyte done to be mandatory. And when the speculation came up that Dillian Whyte might have to fight Wilder, American channels, oh, well, why Dillian White gotta fight Wilder, this and that. I'm like, I thought y'all would be happy that Wilder would have another shot at the belt rather than being elevated rather than Dillian White being just elevated. I thought y'all would be happy, but apparently not. So even Wilder getting another shot at the belt, still he shouldn't have to fight Dillian White. Why is it? What's the problem? What's up, Black?
What's good, man? What's good? 1 2 Kid, Iron Cone.
Man,
I mean, I don't know
explain
what the
to me what
problem
is
is.
the
To
right
be
shit, man.
honest with you, I don't know what the problem is. To be honest with you, man. Like 1 2 Kids say, what hasn't Dylan White done? And like you said, I mean, wouldn't Deontay Wilder fans want him to get another shot at the title? And then with this Fury situation, is this what's the deal with that? He really about to duck or what's up?
Man, man, I don't know. Remember, Bob Arum had advised Teofimo Lopez, and I was going to look for the article to drop the IBF because
Hmm.
don't bother with the whole Cambosos nonsense. Just move on with your career, drop the IBF, do the Lomachenko fight, and move to 140. He was advising Teofimo to do that. So Bob Arum is not above telling one of his fighters to drop a belt, right?
Right, right.
And that's what, again, he was speculating that Tyson Fury might drop the belt or he might just defend his quote unquote linear belt and the Ring Magazine belt in his next fight, if not Dillian White, because they want to lowball Dillian White, right? What's up, Aaron Daly, right? So people are now speculating that if Tyson Fury vacates WBC, what would happen? None of the shit is official, but as soon as it was enough, people said, well, he might have to fight Wilder for the belt. Remember, Mauricio had said
Technically, that's not even supposed to happen. It's supposed to be he's supposed to get elevated,
he's
correct?
supposed to get elevated. But I'm thinking Wilder fans would be happy that Wilder gets an automatic shot
Right, right.
again. But no, they're not happy, Black. They're not happy. They're mad. Why you gonna fight Dillian White?
Why
Why the fuck not?
they don't want Deontay to get Sophia back, or they
Oh
want
my
him to
god.
just, you know,
He don't deserve to fight.
he don't
Oh my
deserve to
god.
fight. I don't know what else. Like one two. I don't know what else Dylan White got to do, man, to be deserving of this damn title shot, man. It's been how many years he been in boxing? I mean, how many years he been a pro?
How about this?
Man,
Over thousands of days, like 1,000.
Right. I'm not gonna ask how many years he
How
been
many
number
moons?
one contender, but
How
I
many
mean, God,
moons has this dude? How many title eliminations has this dude been in? How long they gonna drag ass in the WBC? Don't want to just wants to avoid putting the possibility of it putting that WBC strap around his waist. They don't
I
even want
believe
that.
that.
That's
let
a
me
fact.
I believe that.
Tyson Fury's box rate. Because today we're gonna go over what has Dillian White done to deserve a shot at a belt all of a sudden. We gotta know qualify Dillian White. Hold on. So here we go with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is 31-0, one draw. And we're going to go back to when Tyson Fury was an actual champion. He beat Klitschko. Then he disappeared for 3 years. He comes back and he fights Sefa Safari, Francisco Pianeta. He was offered in between that time the fight with Anthony Joshua. He said no because it was a 60-40 split and it should be 50-50. Tyson Fury with no belt, no nothing. He goes, he fights Wilder, gets a draw. Then goes on, fights Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin, and then fights Wilder back to back. You tell me we could go through Tyson Fury's whole resume. Xing out maybe Vladimir Klitschko. This is a question mark. Out of all these people, All these people on Tyson Fury's resume, which one of these people, because Dillian White beat Derek Chisora twice, all these people, who would you pick to beat Dillian White? Who would you pick, honestly? Wilder, Schwarz, Wallin, Pianetta? Who?
Wow, it's comical, man. Hilarious. None.
You wouldn't pick nobody here to beat Dillian White, but people are asking me, what has Dillian White done to deserve this fight? And he should take 80-20 split. Let's not forget Dillian White is a proven draw in England. Tyson Fury has never fought no big fights in the UK. Not one. Not one big fight. Dillian White has fought more pay-per-views in England, has sold very well in England. So for Bob Arum and them to be trying to lowball Dillian White, offering this man 80-20 and these sorts of nonsense splits, when Tyson Fury needs Dillian White to sell anything in the UK, because again, we don't know his market draw in the UK. He's never had no pay-per-view numbers like that in the UK. We still don't know how much he did with Deontay Wilder in the UK. But we know how much Dillian White did. So we just
I don't get it, man. That's a big payday for Fury too. Like, I don't get it.
It is a big payday. It is a big payday. And if Bob don't want to pay for the fight, Eddie Hearn already said we ready to pay for this goddamn fight in the zone. We ready now.
Big Eddie.
So somebody gonna have to explain to me what's this issue anytime Dillian White's name is brought up. The only person that seemingly has ran towards Dillian White, offered him a fight, was Joshua. And maybe he didn't like the split. But you got Deontay Wilder fans, why you gotta fight Dillian White? Tyson Fury fans, oh, what has Dillian White done to deserve so much money and all this dumb shit? I'm trying to figure this shit out.
He done more than Luis Ortiz.
Okay.
Done more than Charles Martin, Adam Konaki. We can go down the list.
You saying he did more than the boogeyman of the heavyweight division?
He done more than, I mean, shit, he's fought more top contenders than the former WBC champ Wilder, so it's ridiculous, man. Just for a fight. See this guy fight.
It's sad, man.
And then for the people that feel like, for the people to be having criticism about Wilder possibly getting another crack at the WBC and all he got to do is face Dillian White, why y'all mad about that?
I don't know.
What's unfortunate is it's not just happening in the heavyweight division. It's all over the place, man.
It's going viral, huh? Spreading like a virus.
It's viral. It's like some new shit. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, man. This shit came up because, of course, you observe certain conversations on YouTube, also on Twitter. And you see these, I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? Like, I don't get into Twitter conversation about boxing because I don't like talking to people about this shit too much because they don't argue in good faith. They don't argue in good faith. And what they're trying to do is simply stain the name so a newbie coming and hears the name Dillian White, who've never seen Dillian White fight, don't know his record, they're going to come in and automatically think, oh, this dude's a bum. Because everybody says he's a bum. Not realizing Dillian White has fought better competition than these people.
Far better competition. And consistently fights top competition.
And even after getting stopped, chased down his promoter and begged him to get a rematch immediately. Right after the cameras was on, this dude woke up and found Eddie Hearn like, we got to do that again. I was whipping his ass.
He woke up like, where's Eddie at?
He woke up with wanting to smoke.
Immediately.
Yes, and that's what I mean is that type of mentality, those are the guys that get ducked in every division.
Those are the type of guys that fans don't like no more for some reason.
That's right. But these are the fighters that these so-called cash cows won't fight. And this is why. They're not looking for the payday. These
so crazy.
Are looking for stardom. They're looking like they're going to beat this dude. And those are the guys, the Benavidez, the Andres, the Haneys, and now the Bivol. and the Dillian Whites. These dudes want the smoke, and these dudes are downplaying these guys like they don't exist because they have that energy that they think that they can beat them. Not that they're gonna be in the ring talking about I'm doing pretty good for being 19-0, huh? You know what I mean? They're not coming with that energy. They're coming with that, oh, I'm gonna try to knock your ass out. I'm gonna try to whip your ass. And these are the guys that these dudes dance around. Buck Crawford. That's why I push these guys. I don't care if any of these guys, Dillian White, Buck Crawford, Devin Haney, Bivol, or any of them that I mentioned, or Demetrius Andre get sparked out. I'm still gonna be a fan because at least they was trying to make the fight. They trying to fight the
Keeping
big
the
man.
heart, the courage of the sport alive, like the heart, the war mentality of the sport alive. You know, fight anybody, any given day. That energy is getting wiped out, man. And it seems like it's a lot of fans doing it. Either they're doing it for free or on the payroll. They actually trying to help water this shit down and make it soft.
Yes, and what these big name fighters is doing is they saying one thing and doing another. So why even say that you want to fight the fights that the fans want? Because the fans call this fight, you go that way. Fans call this fight, you going for history. Fans want this fight, you want to move up. You want to move down. You want to go for another title. It just doesn't make sense. But and I think it's just flat out ducking. They flat out ducking certain energy because they like, this dude ain't worried about me. This dude don't want a payday. He wants to be on the stage with me. They want to be on the stage to prove that they belong there. That's it.
Well, Tony's review says if you want to see the Spence/Wilder fans, the same people, get emotional, just mention Dillian White Terrence Crawford. Trust me. Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm not gonna get involved in no more of these discussions in terms of because I was involved in the AJ Wilder nonsense. These people, these Spence Wilder fans, these YouTube people, convinced Wilder not to fight Anthony Joshua. They convinced him somehow not to fight Anthony Joshua. They made a movement. They robbed us out of that fight. They robbed us out of what was going to be an epic fight. Till now, we haven't seen Undisputed. And they had multiple chances to make that fight. It was much clearer than now. And ultimately, this dude came out and said, I turned down more money to fight Joshua, to fight Fury. Because he was listening to a bunch of goddamn Section 8 people.
YouTubeologists,
YouTube fanagers, listening to that. A bunch of people who are one super chat away from being homeless. You understand? A lot of these people depend on these super chats and cash apps. So they make up lies and they rob the people out of meaningful fights. I'm not going to get involved in no more of this Spence Crawford nonsense too much because I've seen these people rob us before. Not because of nothing to do with boxing, but because they just wanted to prove a point. And the stupid boxers allow these idiots to convince them, nah, I'm good, man. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to go here and deal with my horses and chickens. And all this dumb shit. They robbed me out of fights before. Now here you are again, the UK Tyson Fury fans are trying to rob me out of Dillian White Tyson Fury by backing up Tyson Fury and his ridiculous father talking about Dillian White don't deserve this and don't deserve that. His father, who just talked about how his son gonna dog hump somebody's girlfriend and all this foolishness. Dillian White don't deserve them. Let me say again, Dillian White has done more pay-per-views in England than Tyson Fury. Has been in more big fights in England than Tyson Fury. And for people to be here trying to back up ducking via low ball offers, man, hey, y'all are sick. Y'all want to rob the people out of a good fight again. Ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what, I call? You know what I noticed? It seems like, you know, nowadays this era, it's kind of crazy, but it seems like they care more about the attention and the popularity and the fame more than their bank account, the M's in their bank account, man.
Man,
You know, like me, like, I don't give if somebody give me a fat check, I can give a fuck what they talking about on the internet, Twitter, YouTube. I wouldn't give a shit. I'm gonna do what's best for me and mine. Like, but it seems like people was willing to turn down large amounts of money just to be able to have a group of people that's gonna celebrate them and say, "Oh yeah, you know, Bomb Squad or Deontay Wilder or this, that, and the third or Fury." You know, like I wouldn't give a shit about nobody chanting my name if I got M's in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nowadays it seems like they would rather take less in order to gain more followers, man,
Yeah.
or to please their following. You know, because they really think they
Why
kings and
not? Why
leading
not
somebody.
watch a competitive fight? Even if it isn't competitive when the fight happens, but it's competitive on paper, easy to hype, easy to push. This guy's the number one guy. Let this guy fight this guy. Why not? And
Hmm.
and my problem with the fighters is they're not saying, "Well, I'm moving strategically." They're saying, "Oh, I want to do this for the fans. I'm going to do this. This guy don't deserve it." Like it's manipulation.
Manipulation. That's exactly
Yeah,
what that is, bro.
and same with the YouTube channels. They downplay guys. Then if the right guy wins for their narrative, then when this guy fights that guy, oh, it's great. Oh, look, he's moving near. He's doing. Oh, look. Oh, he's the greatest. I got real estate on his nutsack. Blah blah blah. It's like, yo, it's like, man, let it go, man. We just want to see competitive fights. We want to see these fights this dude will challenge this guy. This guy can challenge that guy. It's not about who wins or loses. It's the fact that they take in the challenge. It's a competitive sport. So if these dudes ain't allowed to do it, whether it's politics or whatever the hell they want to say, ashes and seats, and it's prize fighting and this, that, and the other. It's like, yeah, but when are the fans who's paying for it going to get the prize that they want? You know what I mean?
AR said they need the super chat to pay the light bill. They need the super chat to go buy some cans of Vienna sausages. You understand me?
Vienna sausages. Oh man, struggle's real, man. Only
Listen, man.
only the only the best super chat hustler survives out here, man.
Tony's review said it's going to go to purse bid and more than likely be a 45-55% split. And Fury will either vacate or become a distant memory or get sparked in the fight. Fury knows that he cannot beat White. Tony, you've been consistent. You've been saying Dillian White beats Tyson Fury. I don't know what Fury is going to do because the WBC, of course, aiding and abetting the mistreatment of Dillian White, according to Eddie Hearn, these people have not announced what the split is. So even if there's a purse bid, what am I bidding on? I need to know. You understand? And the WBC still has not announced that because they're working with Bob Arum to make this fight hard to make. Just announce the bloody purse split and let's see if a deal can be struck. If not, head straight to purse bid as normal and somebody's going to win big.
And it's gonna make money too.
It's going to
Dillian
make
White,
money.
Dillian White, if that's the route that they want to say, oh well, he ain't worth it. Come on, man. He brings the crowds out in the UK. So I mean, it just does. It makes sense. It makes sense all the way around. The dude deserves finally a WBC shot or with one of those names. I mean, what more can this guy do? He can't even get a shot at a guy who don't got the title. I mean, they don't.
Man,
They freezing this dude out every time this dude comes close to a big fight. Here come the people. Objection.
Politics, yo.
And a sanctioning body that says sustained. It's
Right.
like bullshit, man.
It
How many
sucks that
hurdles this man got to go through to get a fucking shot?
and it doesn't help when you got a bias, sanctioning body like the WBC and just freaking protect and capture these dudes. But
These are
let me ask you a
facts.
question though. Iron Kong went to kid. Does Fury versus Dillian White happen? Yes or no? If y'all could just, if somebody had a, if you had to make a decision right now, what does your gut tell you? Does the fight happen or no?
I'm
Nah,
gonna be optimistic and say yes.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna be nah.
I hope it does. I don't want Fury to go out like no bitch like that, man. Like, you know what I mean? Handle your mandatory. You know what I mean? Like that way it's not no nothing somebody can really hold over your head. Be like, oh
Come
well,
on,
you
man. This
avoided this
dude
guy. You
announced
beat
this
Wilder, you
dude
beat Klitschko, but avoided Dylan White. You
but
know.
Black, this dude announced, and Iron Kong said it to me, and he's being optimistic now. But he said it to me. This man announced the AJ fight. I'm fighting Anthony Joshua. Next minute,
Yeah.
me and Deontay Wilder. I'm like, what?
I'm gonna smash the dosa.
The fuck just
Yeah.
happened? Switched it
We
up
are dealing
last
with
minute,
Fury.
man, and for whatever cases or whatever. But he knew. So nah, man, I don't see it happening. I think I want to be optimistic, but man, this shit been letting me down way too much. I,
I miss the champs that will be willing to still fight anybody. You know what I
yeah,
Hold
mean?
on,
Like,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me remind people who they're dealing with here, because let me tell you something. The press conference for Dillian White, Tyson Fury would be gold. Hold on, let me remind people
oh
who
yeah.
this man is. Um,
Hit the volume up a little bit.
hold on. Let me remind people, because Dillian White told this man, "I'll come to your street to come and look for you, father."
I'll come to Kelly Road and see you. You understand?
Oh, fuck Kelly Road, we're here now.
I'll
We
come
do
to
it
Kelly
now.
Road and see you.
We do it in fucking
We
now,
can
bro.
go now if you want.
Fuck it, let's do it then. We do whatever the fuck you want to do, bro. Let this man with this fucking man do.
Uh,
Talking that shit and got dealt with. Got dealt with in the ring, man.
what
Yeah,
up, Tony?
Dylan White was swinging on that motherfucking press
What's
conference.
going on?
Talk to me about this whole debacle, this Dillian White dilemma. Why the fans don't want Wilder to fight Dillian White for the belt, and Tyson Fury fans are agreeing that Tyson Fury should lowball Dillian White out of a fight. What's your opinion, Tony?
My opinion is this. The same fans who like Spence seem to chase Wilder. The one thing that I've noticed is they're overly emotional. And what's going to end up happening is the reason why they don't want this fight is because if it happens, when Dillian White knocks Fury the fuck out, it's going to make Wilder look that much worse. And that's what they're terrified of, because they know White was calling out Wilder for 3 years straight. 3 years straight. And they came up with excuses of how he wasn't worthy, how he wasn't good enough. And when Fury goes nighty-night, then they're going to be looking at their fighter like, yo, this dude was trash all along. And that's what they're terrified of. So they don't want him to fight anybody.
Yeah, you make a good point,
because
man.
all
You make a
that
good point.
time that they invested in Deontay Wilder gonna get flushed down the toilet.
Yeah, man.
Damn,
But I
time
hope Iron
wasted.
Kong right, man. I hope that fight gets made. I just don't, it'll look real bad on Fury, and it'll look even worse on Wilder and all his Wilderlets and shit. So
I mean, my thing is this. I don't take a lot from sparring, but when Dillian White's out there talking about that he knocked you out multiple times, and then he had you crying in the ring, and you don't come back and dispute that, that tells me there's a lot of credence behind it. Now you're talking about dropping the belt. I think Dillian White beat the brakes off of him, and he's terrified.
he had that man crying and sparring. Nah, bro.
Yeah, that's what Dillian White said, and Tyson Fury has never refuted being knocked out. He's even been asked, I've seen interviews where they asked him questions around that time, and he just diverted it. Like that they've never even asked the question.
Mm.
Yeah. Give him a proper ass whooping. Yeah. Yeah, well, made that boy cry. Hey, that's why he avoiding that shit.
Man, look, again, this is why, the YTBC is a place where To me, this is like a landmine field. Like you really gotta be careful where you step around here because sometimes some of these channels are like, man, and these fighters really listen to these channels. Really listen to these channels. They made Deontay Wilder turn down. He admitted $100 and something million. He admitted that. Tyson Fury is being encouraged to do shit like this because YouTube boxing fans, social media fans, are cheering when he's offering Dillian White a low ball offer. Clearly. Hold on. What is Toby about? Hold on. Alberto says, I saw Frank Warren said there won't be any UK boxing in January. No problem. No problem. The fight can be moved. No problem. The fight can be moved. You don't have to be in the UK. We can move that fight. That's fine.
Yeah, but Iron, did you see what Eddie Hearn said about the fight?
What?
So Eddie was asked about it, and he said if it goes to purse bids, the winner decides the split. So that means that it'll be a 45-55 split for Dillian White because as an interim title by the WBC rules, he's allowed 45% up to. And if the zone's got more money than Top Rank, so they'll win the bid.
Oh my God. Toby Bartlett said, I just listened to IFL interview of Old Fish Eyes. If you don't know who that's Frank Warren of Queensberry Promotions. He was comparing Dillian White's first fight purses from behind closed doors and small crowds to Tyson's in America, open up to crowds and WBC title. Arguing in bad faith. And this is a man who, the same Fish Eyes, he's the one who called Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury in Wembley Stadium, 60-40 split. He called that a derisive offer. Well, what was Tyson Fury's earnings like when he fought Francisco Pianeta and Sefer Shafiri compared to Anthony Joshua? It should have been a 90-10 split then at that time. Arguing in bad faith. And you got these dummies running around saying, yeah, Frank, you right. Dillian White don't deserve no money. All these sausage and mash eating people in wherever Tyson Fury is from. Abs, what do they eat, man? Sausage and mash, what do they eat? Abs. Somebody tell me. Toby. Who else was in here?
So I just looked up what Dillian White made. They don't have like the second Povetkin fight, but for the first one, he got £4 million. So
my God.
Throws that $300,000 that he makes off a fight out the fucking window.
And that's why everybody in Wilder fought has done nothing except Fury, since Fury. Abs said 100 million. 9 digits you turned down because of YouTuber. Exactly, Abs. Man turned on 100 million because a YouTuber said don't do that. Our money ain't good money. Oh, fuck. What's up, Leonard Elodie's nose? Careful. I don't want to get knocked out. Like goddamn Eddie Hearn. Who else we got here? Frank Warren has basically confirmed an IFL interview TV 1 hour ago that Fury is going to vacate and fight a cherry. Nah, hell no. Oh no. Don't tell me that. I gotta go watch this interview. Hero 89 or whatever. Frank Warren has basically confirmed on an IFL TV interview 1 hour ago that Fury is going to vacate and fight a cherry in March. That ain't true.
Pull it up. Come on.
That ain't true. No, I'll have to look that up because IFL and them are very stupid when it comes to
All right, gotcha.
Better not. Hold on.
Pull it up in the background and listen, and then I'll come back.
What's up, Dallas? What's up, Red Glove?
Well, I'm feeling good. Just a little full of Fanta tonight.
You feel it in your plums.
In my plum.
My plum.
Sparkling blue hue.
Exactly.
I've been listening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Glenn.
I've been listening to you talk about this Dylan White situation. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, it's just I was using my Bluetooth and then some shit happened and now I'm actually having to hold the phone to my ear like a boomer.
I got you. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. I hope the fight happens. You know, I'm gonna be optimistic like you. But the 1-2 kid, my inner 1-2 kid and inner Tony Reviews is still gonna be there though with its reservations.
Oh my God.
Hey, I gotta leave some room in there for disappointment because if not, I'll end up crying about floppy gloves and other stupid shit like that. So I gotta do it. So everything going okay over there in St. Kitts?
Everything is okay, man. I mean, just going through my, whatever with the wife. She has some health issues, so I'm just going through that. But stuff is looking all right.
That's good. Is the holiday season a thing over there? I'm assuming it is, but
This is usually the time we have carnival. So they're having carnival like events, but not on a large scale. For the last 3 years, we have it because of the COVID stuff, but we don't really have any cases right now. So things are opening back up. We're having more and more public events. So yeah, so around this time is carnival time. Y'all should come down, man. Take a cruise. All the tourists come down around this time. Come down here. They drink. They get into fights. They lose the fights, but they still have a good time.
What's up, Red?
Hey, all I know is when I was in St. Kitts, I saw a bunch of women getting low. They was twerking and it was like spring break and it wasn't springtime.
They twerking, St. Kitts?
Hey, real fast. Yeah, Frank Warren says out his mouth that Tyson will fight, but not for the WBC title.
Stop.
Let's take the fight. Yeah. 1 hour ago. Look. Cole, I'm gonna copy and paste this in your chat, the private chat. Hold on, it's not copy and paste. I'm gonna send this to you. Then just skip to about 5:25 to 5:35, and you'll hear them say it that they are not gonna take the Dillian Whyte fight. They're gonna fight somebody else.
But is the WBC gonna allow them to do a non-title fight when they have a mandatory order?
No. If Tyson Fury doesn't fight him, he's stripped. So they just gonna vacate the belt.
Bullshit. I don't believe none of this. Go ahead. Hold on. Tony's Reviews. This dude, what's his name? Is he gone? Hero something 89 something brought some news here, and Tony's Reviews is gonna verify this shit. Skip to where, Tony?
5:25, and then it's over by 5:35.
5:25.
Breaking news. Tony's Reviews.
There's some bullshit. Hold on. I hope y'all can hear because I have Bluetooth in, so I don't know if y'all gonna be able to hear this shit. But anyway. Y'all heard that just now?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Because it's the damn Bluetooth. Oh my god. It's the Bluetooth.
If it's just audio, then
yeah, it's just audio.
I could try to if you put it in the live chat, Tony, I could just play it from my mobile device.
It's in the private chat. Somebody, Tony, are you hold on, let me copy and paste. Hold on.
I'll just play the sound. Here we go.
Go ahead.
If we can negotiate something amicably, or who we that won't go until June. So Tyson will fight, but not for the WBC title. He will fight. Okay. So a lot of
There it is. Tyson will fight, but not for the WBC title.
Can you smell it? Can you smell it?
So basically, that man is gonna drop his belt. That's that what that confirms?
I'm pretty sure that's what that confirms.
That's
How
what
much you want to bet? How much you want to bet the WBC allows him to keep the belt?
That just makes me laugh because that is so a
I don't
Mauricio
think
type
they
of thing.
will, Iron, because they already mandated it. I think it's too late.
Did they already give a date? Because remember, when you mandate something, you have to negotiate between this time.
No, they already did. They said that they have 30 days to work it out between themselves. If not, at the end of 30 days, it goes to purse bid. So that means that they've already mandated the fight, and I guess within the next couple of months, the fight's supposed to happen. Because once they mandate it, and it's in that 30-day period, it's already set in stone. There's no getting out of it.
Should we just start promoting Dillian Whyte as the
Wait a
WBC
minute.
champion? Just start giving him
Wait
champ
a
love?
minute. I see an angle coming. I see an angle. What if he becomes the heavyweight WBC franchise champion?
They still gonna bring
Hey,
it up?
Iron Cone.
He can't. I
that
think
still on the
Mauricio said
table?
they can't do it. I'm pretty sure Mauricio gave an interview saying that or was Eddie Hearn? One of them
Eddie
said
changed.
Mauricio or Eddie said that they can't elevate him because of the arbitrations that White has the WBC in.
Ooh.
Hold on. What's up, Red Glove? You were saying something.
RG.
Red Glove gone? No, never mind. Hey,
Dollar still Ric Flair. Damn.
I am still going to say that the WBC will find a way to allow Tyson Fury to keep that belt because the WBC does not want Dillian Whyte as the champion. They do not want Dillian Whyte as the champion for some reason. Somebody has a TV in the background. Could y'all turn that down, please, before I get us a strike. So it's just, oh my God. This is the man that people want to tell me, okay, Red said he had to jump off. And he don't want to keep his goddamn phone to his ear looking stupid. The WBC does not want Dillian Whyte as their champion. And if people are going to tell, people made a big stink that Anthony Joshua was taking just about a week longer with his negotiation for Usyk, trying to make a fight. How much you want to bet people are going to celebrate this shit? If Tyson Fury is allowed to make a non-title defense, then, I mean, what is this? If Tyson Fury makes a non-title defense or he vacates the belt, y'all can't tell me shit about Femi no more.
Oh, hell no. I mean, AJ has already proved to be a way more respectable champ than a Fury. He already complained about one defense. One. He got one mandatory defense. He complained about that shit, ready to get the belt up. AJ had no issue.
Y'all can't tell me shit about Femi. And again, we're in the Dillian Whyte dilemma. Why is it that when Dillian Whyte, this trash dude, is brought up, everybody finds a way not to fight this guy? That's the problem.
The real boogeyman.
Well, there you go. What's the problem? Everybody tells me he's no good. He's trash. He's this, he's that. Well, this should be light work.
But you know what's
people
funny,
scared of
bro?
them contenders, man.
What's so funny about it is like all these Wilder and Fury now fangirls, what they're trying to tell you is Dillian Whyte could have been fought Deontay Wilder. All he had to do was fight Ortiz, but here's what they don't tell you. Dillian Whyte sent Ortiz a $4 million contract, and Ortiz turned it down, which would have been his highest payday, more money than he made.
Luis Ortiz countered that by offering Dillian Whyte an undercard fight on the Wilder versus Fury 1 undercard.
Right, exactly.
We haven't forgotten that shit, Tony.
Fuck being main event on pay-per-view. This be undercard.
Be undercard. That was when they made Ortiz fight this white guy. What's his name again? Tough guy, though. Anyway, I forgot his name. But anyway, I mean, somebody have to tell me what is it about Tyson Fury I have to respect. Really? Oh my God.
This look on his face when they told him he had to fight Dillian Whyte. I'm not fighting Dillian Whyte.
That's exactly what that looked like, bro. Who? What?
You're not fighting him.
I'm sorry, John Dealey's not on. John Dealey used to come and give us the lowdown, and Tyson Fury ducking Ustinov and ducking David Price. I think my guy was in here from Wales, and he was talking about Tyson Fury ducked David Price back in the day. Yeah, Philip Carl Roberts. That he says a lot of US fans do not understand why so many UK fans dislike Fury. This is why. It's all talk, then he ducks. He did it with David Price years ago. A lot of UK fans do not stand for ducking.
Shout out to the UK, man.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Man, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. This is bullshit. Whether it's a non-title, and the WBC finds a way, and I guarantee the WBC will find a way to allow Tyson Fury to have a non-title defense. Not even Deontay Wilder had non-title defenses. Do they allow you to have non-title defenses? I haven't seen that shit. In how much years now? I haven't seen that shit. Tony's reviews. When was the last time you saw somebody do a non-title defense? When?
Fuck.
Is this an exhibition fight?
I feel like there was one a few years back because the champion's opponent missed weight, but I don't remember who it was. Like the title wasn't on the line, but that was due to like missing weight. But that's the only one I can think of.
Bro, 1-2 kid, y'all know more boxing than me. When was the last time you saw a non-title defense?
I can't recall. Honestly, I can't recall, man. I can't recall. This is how everybody's looking at Tyson Fury right now. What? I can't recall, man. I really can't. Because I probably erased it from my memory. Shit.
Is he going to fight Jake Paul in a non-title fight? What's happening? Is this an exhibition?
I don't know. Maybe he's going to be in the WWE. Who knows?
Bro, this is, man. That's why I started off by saying boxing keeps taking more than it gives.
Yeah.
Boxing, the sport, takes more than it gives. This is not a sport that rewards loyalty to the sport. It rewards fanboyism. It rewards corruption and cowardice.
Super chat.
Super chat for them Vienna sausage and salamis.
Vienna sausages. That's what I'm gonna start calling the fanboys. Vienna sausages, because they all grouped up in a can.
They grouped up in a can of salty water.
Thinking.
Yes. Hey, yo, I remember seeing a friend of mine drink that Vienna sausage water one time.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God. Apparently he used to do that shit regularly, and we didn't know until one time, it's summertime, we're kids, we got just a limited amount of money, and got some bread or whatever, a couple of Vienna sausages. We're on the street.
Yeah, man.
I saw this dude crack the can, pull the can top back. All of us threw the water out, right? Threw the water and all this shit. This dude starts sipping from the can. And we're just like, what? What? Man, drink the blasted beef flavored Vienna sausage broth.
Preservative juice.
This man drink all the formaldehyde inside the Vienna sausage, bro. No, you said Vienna sausage, he brought that shit back to me. We're like, well, y'all will call it junior high. So this dude drank the formaldehyde water. He drank the mummy water.
And when you said he was sipping it too, like it was tea.
Yeah, he was like.
Did he pick his pinky up when he was?
Bro, I was watching this man like, what? What the fuck?
Oh man, that's crazy, man.
Vienna sausage.
Hey, that's what they got the boxing fans doing, man. They paying to drink Vienna sausage water. That's what they got us
Oh,
doing, man.
man.
It's bad. It's bad. I mean,
Hey,
we got dudes just dropping titles to
ain't
avoid
no
fights.
way. The
Got dudes.
WBC will allow Tyson Fury to keep that belt somehow. They will do it.
Well, then I guess it's official. It's a popularity contest, guys.
It's a popularity contest. The WBC does not want Dillian Whyte as their champion. Again, not even in Deontay Wilder's 10 mediocre defenses did he do any non-title fights. Not one.
Ain't gonna
Not
stop
one.
me though. I'm still gonna push Dillian Whyte and all these other guys too that want the smoke, that really want the smoke. The guys that want their shot to get up to that damn to get on that stage and compete and there to win. You know what I mean? To say, look, I beat your king.
Hey,
That's
Rabs, let me
all
tell you
it
something.
was.
I didn't smell his breath. All I know is that day, that shit made me nauseous. And I even till now, I look at that dude and I'm just like, how are you alive?
He's preserved.
Yeah, his inside is preserved. What's up, Black?
Who breath y'all talking about, man? God damn.
Bro, I was telling one two kid because we were saying like, we're talking about Vienna sausages. And it brought me back to summertime when we were kids. We had like limited money. So we go to the shop, get something to eat. So we bought like bread and cans of Vienna sausages. It's cheap. We ain't got no money. And we all popped the top off of the Vienna sausages. I don't know if they even serve Vienna sausages in America, but whatever. So the top has like a little hoop. You pull it back, and there's like the 8 sausages or whatever in some water, in some brown water, whatever, to preserve the shit.
Brown water.
We all threw out the water out of ours and ate the sausages. But one of our friends, this man was sipping the goddamn Vienna sausage water from the can. This dude was like, what the fuck that out here?
He was sipping on the preservative.
Damn.
Fucking
Hey,
bad,
man. Vienna juice, bro.
Yeah, he called it mummy juice.
Hey, bro. That brown water, man.
Man.
Vienna
Bad
water, man.
business, man. Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Anyway, but it's
Vienna
but,
Park.
Brad, we was asking, when was the last time you saw a champion do a non-title defense? You're a boxing historian. You've been around all this shit.
A non-title defense?
Because I maintain the WBC will allow Tyson Fury to keep the belt.
So what you mean?
Basically fighting with the title not on the line?
Is that what you're talking about?
Frank Warren said he's going to fight a match with the WBC, but not for the WBC belt. But he did not say they're going to vacate. And I believe the WBC, because they don't want Dillian Whyte as their champion, they will allow Tyson Fury to keep that belt and do a non-title defense.
So assuming they allow him to keep the belt, what you're saying is, when have I ever seen someone be able to remain not defend the belt, not take a match where your belt is on the line, kind of thing?
Yeah. When's the last time you saw that shit?
Never.
Oh, I have seen a fighter take fights and not have his belt up for grabs.
Who?
Canelo Alvarez at 155.
155?
How was his 160 belt was up for grabs on that?
No, I thought it was I thought they were non-title bouts when he was fighting at a catchweight. I'm pretty sure. Matter of fact, that was the same thing when I said that he was fighting at this weight class that Nyota said no, the belt wasn't on the line.
Mm-hmm. I thought that he was just, playing the game like anything over 154 is considered a middleweight bout, and he was just fighting little dudes coming up and was facing them at the catchweight. But still was able to sanction it as a middleweight bout.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I don't know
Tommy
for sure,
Tempest,
but
I'm
you know.
pretty sure, yeah, he kind of got me with that because I was like, he fought for a title at a catchweight, and he was like, no, he didn't. There was no title on the line, and then we looked it up, and
I didn't
he
even
didn't
want to
fight
say
for.
Canelo because I didn't want to sound like a hater, but I was like,
You're right. No, I'm just saying
you know,
that's the
people
only.
automatically assume I'm a
He's a
hater.
premier name, so you would remember.
uh, Tommy Tempest says in unsanctioned fights.
Yeah.
So Tyson Fury about to go fight in one of them underground gypsy fights in Snatch.
So after being ordered to fight the number one contender, Dillian White,
Yeah, yeah.
you decline to go
And
fight
then
a non-title fight, but still remain champ.
watch the WBC allow Tyson Fury to keep this belt. Watch.
Nah, bro, come on, man. Nah,
The
this is not.
WBC does not want Dillian White as their champion. They don't want that.
I mean, we've been seeing that with all of the record-breaking amount of time he's been avoided as you know for the title fight, but to do this right here for him to remain champ, fight a fight, go into a non-title fight, excuse me, and not get stripped and everything just goes like it's nah, bro, nah. And he was ordered to face Dillian White. So like once you refuse, like we've seen a lot in these situations where the champ is ordered to fight the number contender be like, no, I'm good. I'm not ready. Right? And the champ is still champ. You don't get stripped because you willing to fight. But when you order as the champ to face the number one contender and you don't do that, you're supposed to be immediately stripped when you don't go through with that fight.
Watch it don't happen. I'll be shocked if it happened. Tone, yeah. Apparently, well, they just played the clip, and Frank Warren said Tyson Fury will fight in match, just not for the WBC belt.
Man, this would be the most
Crazy.
extraordinary. That means that yeah, the WBC is the fucking curse of this whole thing, bro. Because a lot of people have gotten these extraordinary passes, and the WBC strap has been attached to it a lot of times.
Always. It's always WBC. They're always involved in some duck, some nonsense, underhanded deal, some bullshit. Man, y'all gotta be tripping.
This is ultimate trip mode if they do this. Ain't no doubt about it, bro. Like Fury is not that special for them to keep pulling these strings. And I mean, god damn. Why are they so scared of Dillian White? They so scared of this guy, man. I think it's just his background, his attitude, the way he talk. You know, he gutter. I like that. But they don't like that. WBC don't want that kind of energy representing they brand. Iron Cone.
That's why Dillian White told that dude in the video, hey, I'll come to your street and see you, bro. I'll come to Kent Road and see you, bro.
Yeah, he that type dude. So that kind of added that type of person as a champ.
That man, Derek Chisora said that man threatening his life. You understand? Man, hey, bro. Philip Carriano says non-title fight probably also means non-top 50 opponent. He wasn't there.
Non-50 opponent.
Yeah, I might be wrong about that. I might be wrong about that Canelo situation. I think I am.
Yeah, I don't know if Canelo that bad, bro. I'm gonna stand with Canelo on that. I'm like,
1-2 later.
Well, not.
He threw Canelo to the flame,
undisputed
bro.
guy. He the undisputed guy. So I mean, it ain't nothing to
He
dispute
king
about
of
that.
boxing right now.
So I mean, I'm just saying, I could recall having this going back and forth with Nayoka some years ago.
Ahab's upset. He says, "Damn it! I think Canelo beat the case." I can't see no non-title.
He said Canelo and still.
Yeah, man. Canelo duck that, man. Hey.
But Fury might be the franchise ducker, like franchise, like he ain't gonna be a franchise champ, but the type of shit he about to do, this is franchise type shit.
Yeah, this is real franchise shit. This like real franchise type of shit.
This is franchise shit right here. Like, you know what? I'm gonna put my belt in the safe. I'm gonna go fight this fight. And then I'm gonna come back and deal with you. And then we're gonna say bye,
And
bye,
that's
Mr.
crazy, though.
Mike.
All the franchise guys who had the franchise belts, they actually fought some kind of tough competition. Canelo got his franchise. He left and says, "F the franchise. I want an actual WBC belt. Let me go unify up here."
Mm-hmm. He did.
Teofimo got the franchise. Fought Cambosos, lost, but still fought Cambosos.
Mm-hmm.
But Tyson Fury, who don't have the franchise, he's like,
But
I'm gonna be
Tyson,
the real franchise.
but Iron Kong, that was a
Yeah.
IBF, if I'm not
There you go.
IBF mandatory. So
There you go. There you go. There you go.
WBC wasn't involved with that. So
There you go.
we're gonna put WBC back on the platter with that.
Boxing Loan says, word is Chisora is getting offers from America after his last performance. That don't surprise me.
Oh yeah, America fuck with that. That's that gangster shit. Like Chisora, I mean, he lost, but that dude right there, I was like, what is this dude made of? What hood did he grow up
That
in?
don't surprise me at all. That don't surprise me. Tone says, going by their past decisions, it doesn't bode well for White. I'm telling you, they're gonna find a way to screw Dillian White. These are evil people. Two, it's the 155 that made me think it was possible to. Y'all are prosecuting Canelo hard.
He was politicking and tricking with that 155 shit, bro. He put Khan up there. Who else came at 155? Who else got bodied at 55? I think that Liam guy.
Liam Smith.
I think him was like 156 or some shit, Canelo weight. That's when they started coining the Canelo weight shit. So we know what Canelo did, but his 160 belt was on the line. Khan could have came middleweight champ. Could you imagine that? You imagine that shit? That belt was on the line. Khan would have got murked after the next fight. But what if he would have just stayed on the outside and pieced that man Canelo up? He would have been at the new middleweight.
Yeah, he tried to do too much. Got too greedy.
Mauricio would have had been on that UK, that Amir Khan shit.
That's right.
But Mauricio would have stripped him.
Yeah, man. He would have lost his golden goose, man. But like to Khan?
Tony's Reviews is back. Hey, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. There's some disappointing ass news from goddamn Frank Warren. And if he does take this non-title fight and he does find a way to hold on to the belt, whatever bit of respect I have for Fury, anything, and I didn't have any to begin with. But if there was a shred, it's completely gone. You're gonna take a non-title fight, man? Get the fuck out of here, man.
I mean, if he's gonna take a non-title fight, yeah, we will flame him. But if the WBC allow him to remain champ, bro, I mean, come on, man. That's worse. That's worse, man. Like these dudes want to do this ducking and going over here and cherry picking instead of going, handling their obligation, and then you give them a pass for it. You reward them. Yeah, go get that payday. We'll be right here for you when you get back. Then we'll talk about the Dillian White shit. Then y'all can negotiate.
Man, let me tell you something. This just once again makes me understand why I kind of stopped effing with Wilder, and I had to open my eyes and give Femi the respect. I had to give the man the respect. And even now he lost, and I'm upset about his friggin' losing. But again, I got more respect for Femi than all these dudes. I got more respect for this dude. He ain't trying to duck nobody and do no non-title fight and no bullshit. He ain't trying to do none of that. Man, get the
At
fuck
all.
out of here.
Yeah, bro. That's real talk. Don't matter what his record is. AJ put on for the heavyweight division. And as a champ, he fought all his mandatories.
All, no bullshit. Fought all of them. Every single one.
It ain't even debatable. Like you can look at the record. Go look at his resume, man. Like all this shit, receipts is there. AJ didn't duck shit. Especially when you a champ and you got mandatories, all the dude got to do is go get in the sanctioning body, work their way up, and go after him. And he would have to fight you. And he wasn't ducking no smoke. He wasn't ducking no smoke. I mean, every time somebody in this boxing as a champ didn't fight their mandatory, we was looking at that shit and flaming it. I like Loma, but when he dropped the belt and didn't fight Devin Haney, I was on his ass. I was on his ass. When Canelo, that ducking shit, trying to cut mandatories and act like that ain't important because you champ, when you was a contender at one point and somebody gave you opportunity? Well, if they divaed you like that, like, yeah, whatever. You don't deserve a shot. I'm number one. What you mean I don't deserve a shot? Oh, well, whatever. Nobody know you. But, so that type of stuff. But, hey, this will be the worst flaming shame going out of 2021 for Fury if he do this shit.
Bro, somebody just came to my office, a friend of mine, well-known smoker. This man just came here and showed me his goddamn finger. What's wrong with your finger? And this dude is saying, yo, man, he was, of course, with his goddamn ganja, cutting up the ganja with the scissors, almost cut his damn finger off.
Wow.
What's wrong with these people? Bro, calm down, man.
Edward Scissorhand has.
This man almost cut off his whole finger for cutting up some. Anyway, look here. What up, Rascal in the house? Hey, Tony, there's a link back in the chat. We're here today talking about the Dillian Whyte dilemma, and we're going to run back through again all the past discussions. Somebody got to tell me, why is it Deontay Wilder fans got so upset and annoyed when it was just speculated, not announced, just speculated, that Dillian Whyte might fight Deontay Wilder for the WBC belt if Tyson Fury vacates. They're still saying, who is Dillian Whyte and why Deontay Wilder got to fight him? Y'all should be glad Deontay Wilder gets a straight shot at the goddamn belt again. Then you got Tyson Fury fans celebrating that Tyson Fury is about to do a non-title fight. Rasclat is another boxing historian. Rasclat, when was the last time you heard a champion do a non-title fight in boxing? Apparently, Tyson Fury is about to do a non-title fight whilst being a sitting WBC champ. When have y'all ever heard this shit? And people telling me again, Tyson Fury should offer Dillian Whyte 80-20. This is lowballing. It's disrespectful. Y'all don't have no shame. I know this shit from Frank Warren. Hey, man. Be easy. Be easy. Be easy. But you see, if Teofimo had listened to Bob Arum and dropped the IBF, all this shit wouldn't have happened to him. So maybe Tyson Fury is following Bob Arum's advice.
Bobby, I'm glad you bringing up Bob in this equation. Because sometimes he'll have he do advise certain things here and there. With the Loma shit, dropping the belt, the WBC, now possibly advising this, by the TO to the IBF. So and make you think about Bob in this equation as well.
Yeah, and I retract that statement. At that 155 weight, he no longer had a title.
Gotta retract that statement.
So so that was after he lost to Mayweather. That was Lara and Gulo and Kirkland.
Rasclat says Fury scared of White. Something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. Laron says last champion to do a non-title fight was in the WWF Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, there you go,
dig this shit up.
The closest you can come to WWE is this guy right here, Tyson Fury, man.
He's
already been there, right?
He has, man.
Man, look at Tony, you back? What's up, man?
What's good?
Oh, good. We here dissecting this Tyson Fury debacle that you and Hira in the chat brought out for us today, and I maintain that the WBC will allow Tyson Fury to keep that belt.
I don't think they will. I think he's going to drop it because of this. You got to understand, the WBC hates Dillian Whyte. They absolutely hate him. Don't know why, but they hate him. And the thing about it is, the only reason why he got mandated is because he's got them in arbitrations. So I'm thinking they lost the case, and that's why they mandated the fight. So legally, I don't think there's any way they can get around but making him be stripped.
Maybe Tyson Fury's going to move up in weight.
Move up? He going to make it the weight class?
Maybe he's going to move up. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is just so depressing.
Triple XL weight. Yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe, man. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I would like to think what Tony Reviews is saying is true, that they can't get a way out of it. But Mauricio is a slippery dude, man. He's a slippery dude. I think hey, man, the WBC franchise was non-transferable. Dude got injured. They snatched the belt from him a couple times. Was it Haney? Injured in training.
Yeah,
Quickly.
and they just took that shit away. And when Errol Spence lost that fight with the car, they didn't take his belt.
Nope. It's
They didn't take his belt. They don't
different
want to strip
energy for
Gary
different
Russell.
fighters.
Oh, Gary Russell, aka Santa Claus, is back for his once-a-year appearance. He's going to be fighting Mark Magasayo. Is mandatory for the WBC. He's going to fulfill his yearly duty, and he's going to go back into hibernation.
Yeah, Gary Russell has a calculated career, Slim. So, yeah, that's
Slim.
he's calculated.
Slim. Yo, man, I don't know what to say. Hey, I gotta wrap this shit up and get off this goddamn thing because I'm gonna go listen to this Fish Eyes interview in its fullness because this is crazy. Hey, anything y'all want to say about anything?
Hey, great topic. I hope Fury just turns it around and get on some big champ shit and just fights.
I hope so, man. I hope this ain't true.
But if he doesn't, I hope he's stripped. I hope the WBC do right for a change, man. That's all I got, man.
Stay on the next,
let me know.
Stay on the next, Calm.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah, keep going, bro.
I just want to say that for the record, I hope Tyson Fury vacates, and I hope that Deontay Wilder gets to fight Dillian Whyte, because when Dillian Whyte knocks out Deontay Wilder, I'm going to collect like $5,000. So that's what I'm aiming for.
Hopefully for you, yeah.
So you saying you want to fight for the payday? You just want
the payday. Anyway, man, thank y'all again, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Peace, Uncle.
Yeah, hey, peace to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for joining me today. If anybody goes live, I'll come on with y'all, but I gotta go listen to this Fish Eyes interview because I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed. And if anybody's wondering, that's my guy Gerald Miller pushing Anthony Joshua 3 blocks when they were facing off at MSG. Free Big Baby Miller. That man ain't doing nothing wrong but a little bit of pence. Y'all be easy, man. Peace.